On this episode of Grave Time, I'm going to tell you a little bit of sad history and a possible haunting and how these two things could be connected. Once again, I'm in the town of Franklin. For those of you who are not from the area, Franklin is 15 miles south of Sacramento. This is the grave of 7-year-old Evelyn Schoech. For whatever reason, she has two grave markers. I think the cement one is the original. Evelyn and her family lived across the street from the cemetery. This is Hood Franklin Road. Today, this road connects Franklin to Interstate 5 and to the tiny town of Hood. Way before Interstate 5 existed, only half of Hood Franklin Road was paved. On October 8th, 1920, Evelyn was on Hood Franklin Road picking up walnuts in front of her house. A man by the name of Hodap was driving down the road and accidentally hit her. He got out of his car and picked up Evelyn. He carried her to her grandparents' house on Franklin Boulevard. Evelyn laid on the porch until a doctor came to assist her. She was then taken to the hospital in Sacramento. She was sadly pronounced dead on arrival. An interesting tidbit that should be noted that the publications of the time, such as the Sacramento Bee and the San Francisco Call, both reported that Evelyn was struck by a machine. For whatever reason, they didn't use the word car and or automobile. Evelyn was buried at the Franklin Cemetery. In attendance was friends and family, as well as the kids in her class who sang songs at her funeral in memory of Evelyn Schoech. Next door to the cemetery is Franklin Elementary. This is not the original spot of the school during Evelyn's time. I can't find any information about when the school was placed in this spot. I know someone who worked here as a janitor in 2004 or 2005. It was a job working nights, normally alone. He was told by his friend that the school was haunted by a little girl. His first night alone, he was vacuuming one of the portable classrooms. While in the middle of the room vacuuming, all of a sudden he saw a stack of papers on the teacher's desk fly up into the air all over the place. He freaked out, stopped the vacuum, and ran out of the classroom. He hung outside for a bit, trying to get his composure together. He told me after his ghostly encounter, he decided to stay in his car until his shift was over with. He eventually told me that he talked to his friend who gave him the job if he could get a transfer. I don't really remember what happened after that. I just know that he was really shooken up about it. Now, I can't say 100%. This is only speculation, but I believe that the little girl that haunts Franklin Elementary is Evelyn Schoech. Now, these were her stomping grounds, and before the school was built next to the cemetery, that was property that was owned by her uncle. That is the connection. I think. I mean, what do you think? It sounds like it makes sense to me.